Hey, what's up to everybody out there? Welcome to another edition of the Roundtable Talk. And I'm your host, Money. And we are doing another Hotspots in South Florida. And we are in Pompano Beach where we are visiting a Tradewinds Park. There is two parts of Tradewinds Park. This is Tradewinds Park North. And this is Tradewinds Park South, which is host Butterfly World. We'll probably be doing a 2 to 3 part episode here because we also have to visit Tradewinds Park South, which is Butterfly World. So we are now entering the park. This sits off of Sample Road and Coconut Grove. And if you want to know information, right over there as I was walking, the turnpike is east of us, and east of the turnpike, if you go across the bridge of the turnpike, is Festival Flea Market Mall, where I did do a show a while back. So that's how close, in proximity, if you want to get an understanding, if you've ever been to this area. Festival Flea Market is just on the other side of the turnpike, which I'll probably be visiting after this episode because I do want to get something to eat from the food court and maybe do a little shopping at Festival Flea Market. So either or. A little bit about Tradewinds Park. Now, Butterfly World was actually opened up in 1988. So it's basically kind of like of a theme park, but it's not really a theme park. It's Butterfly World. It's basically you go and see a lot of butterflies, but it's inside of an actual county park. So you get a better understanding of that. This is basically the walkthrough. What made me get interested into this park is because this park has a lot of amenities in it. Just like Virginia Key Beach had a lot of amenities, and just like the park we did a couple of days ago, which was Elhart Park, had a lot of amenities in it. So this park has a lot of amenities, and we'll be checking it out. Apparently now we'll have to walk a long path like I did at the Olita River and also Bill Bags. We had to do a long walk. So now we're gonna cut and fast forward. So I'll see you in a little bit. Roundtable Talk. We are at Tradewinds Park. Okay, this is a long walk. Welcome back to the Roundtable Talk. Right here, I just wanted to show you. This says horse trails only. So I guess they have a trail for horses. And this is fun or interesting. We still haven't made it to the entrance yet, and I've been walking for about a couple of minutes now. So this is going to be pretty interesting. This is a long strip. This is just like when I did the video at Olita River and I had to walk that long strip, and when I went to Bill Bags. Most county parks do not have a long strip of road to get to the actual park. You normally get that through state parks, except for the one we did in Coconut Grove. Because Bill Bags had a long road. Olita River had a long road. Also there's a hill over here, a big old hill. Now that hill, I believe, is where they house most of the garbage from the city and the county or whatever. So right now we're gonna take another break and come back because, we're gonna fast forward, I should say, because we still haven't made it to the park yet. We're still walking. Roundtable Talk, Tradewinds Park. Okay, we're back. This is, I guess, the horse trail entrance. So where the horse trail is, it says the horse trail do's and don'ts. So I guess the horse trail entrance goes in there and then it comes out that way, basically. We still haven't made it. The bike trail goes parallel to the Florida Turnpike, because the bike trail, it says that way. Then you go around, So the bike trail is here, and then it says another horse trail, do's and don'ts of the horse trail. I guess people come out here and ride their horses. That's interesting, and I guess it's only for just horse riders. I wouldn't go through it. I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of these trails, like if they have nature trails and stuff like that, you won't see me doing it in this episode, so you won't see that episode. So I'm gonna give you a notion that I'm not doing trails, You know, I'm trying to keep the show minimum, and we do have another part of the park to go to, which is Tradewinds Park South, which is Butterfly World. So we're gonna fast forward, and I'll see you in a little bit. Roundtable Talk, Tradewinds Park. Okay, Roundtable Talk. We are at Tradewinds Park, Hotspots in South Florida. Right now, we are heading to where they have horseback riding and they have trail rides. Now, trail rides is basically, I would say the train rides, if I'm not mistaken. So we're gonna go and find out. I know in one of these areas they have where you have train rides or something like that with the trains or something like that. It says horse ride. I don't know if it's in the Butterfly World Tradewinds Park South location or the North location, but I know this is, you know, where they have train rides. So we're gonna, I guess, go take a look, and we're also going to go fast forward. No, I'm gonna go over here because this looks like just nothing but stables. So, oh, the horse trail rides, that's what it is. It's the rides for the train. Like you rent out, I guess you buy a horse or rent a horse, and you come from out over here and you do the horses on the trail rides. That's basically what it is. It's not that you have your own horse, it's that you rent a horse from here, or buy a horse, I should say. Or, rent a horse, however you can do it, and you come out. Okay, so that makes sense. So, that makes perfect sense. Okay. So now we're going to fast forward, and we're going to take another break, another fast forward, and come back so we can get to one of the other sides of the park, the Roundtable Talk. We are at Tradewinds Park. Okay, fast forward. I'm about to walk across this bridge because I was just walking all through the grass, and I'm quite sure it's probably prohibited. And of course, I'm wearing shorts and white shoes so I can get away from the heatness. This is pretty much a big park. I say a lot of this pretty much is a big park. So I'll give this, I can't say if it's bigger than I tried to do my research on how big this park is, but it only gives you the information on Butterfly World that it opened up in 1988 and everything, but it really didn't give you overall info of Tradewinds Park. So you don't have pretty much a lot of info on this. So basically, you know, this is a cool area. Yeah. I don't know why there's a bridge here when there's no water. It's just a lot of land and other stuff. So I guess they're going to be doing something here because they're setting out chairs and it's like a board or like a little message board or something. So I guess they're going to be doing something there. This is the bathroom. Oh, they have an ice cream vending machine. That's something you rarely see at a park. I mean, you see snack machines and stuff at a park. Is it on? No, it's not working. But you rarely see an ice cream vending machine at a park like this. Okay, so now we're going to keep walking. And so we're going to also fast forward as well. They're doing some type of construction here over at the park. So we're going to fast forward again and keep going. So, you know, I'm going to be fast forwarding it a lot because apparently this park you have to walk more than you get to more of the amenities. And we just went to one of the amenities. So, Roundtable Talk, Tradewinds Park. Wait, actually, I didn't have to fast forward too long. I want to show you something. You see it says Aura right there. That's basically, they have a railroad track, meaning they do train rides. Now, that's one of the reasons why I came out here, because I wanted to see. Now, set in stone, it's a weekday, so it might not be any train rides. And it looks like the track is kind of wobbly. Or it's like, let's see if we can get closer to the track. Oh, it's 2 tracks that divide and then conquer. Now this train track looks so small. Oh, and it goes over a bridge. Now, okay. Now I want to see where the actually train stop is. Remember when we did Virginia Key Beach? You know. Oh, it says to train station that way. Logan's Trestle. So the train station is that way. So let's see if we can find the train station. And Tradewinds and Atlantic Railroad. So okay, let's see if we can find the train station. There's no walkway here, so you have to be careful when you're walking this way because there's not a walkway. Oh, they're building a parking lot over here. That's fine. So I'm guessing the train station, this looks like it's the train depot, and this looked like it would be the train station, but we're going to take a closer look at it. Probably the train stations probably run like the trains, they do weekend rides, because remember they said for Virginia Key Beach, they supposedly said on the website that they did train rides on the weekends. Again, I took another trip out there around the time, between the times they do the train rides and they don't do train rides. And I was like, I kind of figured that they don't do train rides because, you know, it's a historical thing. I know the carousels, they only do the carousel for like picture taking or special events and stuff like that. So, but I know this is not, my understanding, this is not historic. But we're gonna go closer to the train station. Well, it looks like it's closed. So basically that means I will have to come back here on a weekend when I'm available to do the train ride. So, because apparently this is, oh, and there's horses in the horse stables. So I'm guessing most of this park is basically like horse stables and like stuff like that, and things for like the horses and stuff like that. So celebrating 30 years serving the South Tradewinds and Atlantic Railroad, Coconut Creek. So train rides third weekend of every month. So they only do it the third weekend of every month. So that means it's not open all the time. Try to go this way. I don't want to be anywhere in a restricted area I'm not supposed to be at, because you know some of these parks do have restricted areas. Atlantic Railroad, hours of operation every third weekend of the month, weather permitting, January through December, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So, train schedule ride for 2023, January 21st through the 22nd, February 18th through the 19th, March 18th through the 19th, February 15th through the 16th. So they actually give you a schedule of the train rides. So, ice cold sodas and waters. Tickets, $150 per ride adult, $5 minimum for debit or credit. Please no bills over $50. So it's $1.50 to ride. Okay. And this is part of the track. I guess that's the train station. I mean, not the train station, but that's probably the yard where they house the trains. And this is the tracks that you would see. I don't know what type of track this is, but okay, this is the track. So this is basically it. Let's look on the inside, and this is probably the area. I see a bathroom there. Well, this is probably where the workers are here, Grand Central Station. Okay, this is the little mini track that they have here. This is the area, I guess, where they load up the passengers. And this is the little track. This is the little small track. Probably a replica of it. And this is the, a big replica of it, which is not bad. And this over here is basically like, you know, when you go in them big yards in other cities and other states where they have the moving like tracks that go in different directions. I think this is the replica of it. And that's it. They have a green light that says all steps to go. So they have like 3 tracks. Well, they have 2 here, and then it dominates into 3 and 4 tracks or whatever. They have one that goes into, like a couple that goes into the train yard, you know, and then they have one that goes around. It just probably looks like it just goes around here. It's nothing major. If you want to look it up, look up on YouTube. They have videos of the train ride, and that's how, you know what I'm saying, I found out about it. They have train ride. They have the videos of the train rides. You know, I would have did a video of the train rides, but I didn't know, and I didn't do further of my research. My fault. So I didn't know of the train rides. So okay, so now we're going to head back. So this is Tradewinds Park North, where basically the amenities of Tradewinds Park North is, the main amenity is the train ride, and then you have the trail rides, which is basically horse riding. So that's basically what it is. And now we're going to take maybe a long or distant pause or fast forward, because now we're going to exit this side of the park and go to Tradewinds Park South, because I would have thought Tradewinds Park North would have been like more. But the only thing that they basically have here, they have like 3 or 4 picnic areas where you can picnic at, and they have the train rides, and of course the horse riding, which is trail riding, the bike trail. But I think, you know, I haven't seen any playground or anything of that nature. It might be, the playgrounds and stuff is over there, but I'm not gonna go far because they're doing a lot of construction, and a lot of the area looks roped off. So I may do another episode like in the future, because I do want to come back and experience the train ride. But this is somewhat of an understanding of this, and I don't want to go too dipping far, because I know like when you go to certain places and it's closed off, you know, it's kind of hard to do anything, and I don't know exactly how to get to the other side, so we're going to leave it like that. If you know, you can comment. You can comment at the bottom of this page. You can also email us roundtable00@yahoo.com, because this side is basically closed off, and I'm not doing none of the bike trails or anything. I see there's probably an area, so we're gonna fast forward, because we're gonna now go across the street to Tradewinds Park South, and this is Tradewinds Park North. So, and I don't want to spend too much time on this part of the park, because this is basically like we done did mostly everything there is in the Tradewinds Park North. Because I would have thought North, because Tradewinds Park North is mainly the main part of the park, and I thought they would have more amenities, which the sign did say. But I guess Butterfly World and Tradewinds Park South. Tradewinds Park South is basically Tradewinds Park South. Butterfly World just happened to be inside Tradewinds Park. And this is, to me, Butterfly World is, I would say Tradewinds Park is the only park that I know of now that actually have like an attraction type park or something. I wouldn't say theme park. Well, kind of a theme park, but because, you know, when you visit and you do, like when you visit Florida and you go to like them hotels and stuff, they be having those pamphlets and stuff like that. You know how when you go to Orlando and you're inside a hotel, you see that whole case full of what to do in Orlando, and they have like Universal, Disney World, this park, and this park. They have one actually for Butterfly World, but not in Orlando, of course, because it's Fort Lauderdale. So, you know, so I wouldn't say it's an actual theme park, but it's an attraction that you can visit. Because when do you ever go to a place that has nothing but butterflies? I mean, they have a monkey jungle, you know, in Miami. And, you know, you always see aquariums, and, you know, but you never thought of a butterfly world. So we're going to do a fast forward, because we're going back to the front. And this is going to take a brief break. This is the Roundtable Talk. Tradewinds Park. We're at Tradewinds Park North. We're going to be at Tradewinds Park South in a bit. I'll see you in a little bit. Fast forward. Okay, we done made it back to this point where it said horse trails only ride at your own risk, meaning no pedestrians, no nothing like that. I don't know what exactly the playground and stuff is at, The thing about it is, what I was gonna say about the train rides, I think they only do it maybe every third weekend of the month. It's because of the fact that they try to maintain the upkeeps of the train. If you ever look at the YouTube videos, they have it where it doesn't have any like safety restraints. Like you're basically like sitting on, looks like you're sitting on a bench on the train and you're riding around in a circle there. And I guess because of the upkeep and maintenance, it says it's only $1.50 per person. So you probably get one ride around. So they have to use it as an upkeep, because if you're from Miami and you know, and this is the episode that I would do in the near future, Zoo Miami, which I've never did an episode at, but I visited, and within the past, I visited during COVID. They are getting rid of their monorail system. If you ever been to Zoo Miami, they do have a monorail that goes around the park, and they're getting rid of their monorail system. And there's a lot of people that have commented on it that the reason why is because the manufacturer that does their parts for the monorail is no longer making the parts. So they can't keep the maintenance up on the monorail if the manufacturer is not doing any of the more of the parts. I guess this might be temporarily, or it might be permanent. If because I would say find another manufacturer that can do the parts for the monorail. But as of right now, they say, and I believe sometime either this month or next month, I believe, is when they're ending it. So they was telling people to come and enjoy the monorail one last time, and I haven't been able to make my way down there. And that's why it brings me to this, to keep the upkeeps and maintenance of the little train ride. They probably only do it once every month to keep maintenance and stuff above it. So now we're going back into the walking part towards the front. So now we're going to do another brief pause, and we're going to come back to this, the Roundtable Talk, Tradewinds Park. Okay, welcome back to the Roundtable Talk, Tradewinds Park. As we go, I'm going to have a little bit of talk, and then we're going to probably end this and do part 2 at Tradewinds Park South. Basically, this is, I'm here on a Friday. I normally don't tell the day that I'm here, but I'm here on a Friday. Basically, there's not a lot of people here, which is a good thing for me, because I do most of my recordings for Hotspots in South Florida on a weekday, and I do it during the daytime when it's less crowded. When I did me at Hart Park, it was President's Day, and it was a Monday, so you had a lot more people because it was a holiday. And I believe that's one of the reasons why they don't have a lot of these things open during the week, because right now it's in the daytime, and a lot of the people are at work and kids are at school. So you're not going to get too many people that's going to come out right now. So basically you got less amenities than what you would normally have. And like I said, they only do the train rides probably once a month because of the fact that upkeep sales and stuff like that. But I'm quite sure they make a lot of money off the train rides, because there's $1.50. And this is one of the amenities of the park. Not only the horse riding, I would try horse riding, but I've never been on a horse before. So that would be, for me, it would be scary to do a horse ride on a horse trail, because if there's nobody with me to help me with the horse riding, it'll be a scary situation. But needless to say, but this is a restricted area. I am on a bike trail. They don't have a nature trail for pedestrians. They do have a bike trail and they do have a horse trail, but they don't have a nature trail for pedestrians. So this is kind of funny. Maybe it's in Tradewinds Park South, because they have Butterfly World, so maybe there's there. But this is, to me, you got to get an understanding of basically, this park does have amenities, but it's amenities that's not what you expect, I don't know, like I said, I tried to do my research on this park. They do have a website, Broward County Parks do have a website where you can, do all that. But as far as, when the park opened up and all that, they only had a Wikipedia for Butterfly World, because that, it's actually something, like I said, it's kind of like of a theme park, but it's not really a theme park. But I mean, if you want to put it as a theme park, you can. So we're gonna fast forward because I'm still walking, and we're gonna fast forward to the front because as you see, Tradewinds Park North really didn't have too many amenities. I think I did see a playground over beyond, but it looks like they're doing construction in certain areas, and I didn't want to go further out, so I just said, if you do visit the park, just know that there'll probably be more playgrounds and more stuff throughout the park and the south part of Tradewinds Park South. So we're gonna visit there and see what is what. They didn't have any vending machines or nothing like that. The only thing they have is the selling of sodas and waters at the train station, but that's only when the train is open, so you can't really get nothing. And the little ice cream vending machine we seen was turned off, so if you want any water, you will have to probably get one of those little water fountains that they have in the park. And like I told you when I went to Amelia Earhart, I don't tend to do those water fountains because those water fountains are not always clean. You get from wind blowing into it, the dirt and stuff like that, and it's not cold enough. You get like hot temperatured water, so it doesn't really quench your thirst. So that's basically what it is. We're gonna take a brief, that's basically what it is. Like, you get hot temperatured water. Well, not really hot, but basically room temperature water. It don't get cool because there are some places, and there are some parks I've been to where the water seat, there's somebody with a dog. So there's some parks that I've been to where they have those water fountains that actually get when you press the button, you hear the motor and it makes the water cooler to where oh yeah, cool water, but needless to say, that's not the case. Thank you for visiting Tradewinds Park. I guess this is one of the ticket booths. And then we saw the other two that way, but I don't think you pay to get in, because this is some parks you do pay for parking. Of course, you have to pay for parking at Amelia Earhart. So there's a lot of parks that you may not have to pay for parking. This probably may be one of them. They probably make their money off of Butterfly World, and if you want to rent a pavilion out here, you have to pay for that. And they make their money off the train rides, even though the train rides only operate once, one weekend every month, the third weekend of every month. So, if I do get a chance to come out, I will probably come out the third weekend of the month to do the train ride. Okay, we're gonna look at this. It says public horseback riding, pony rides, educational farm, steam train rides, equine associated therapies of South Florida. So basically, that's the amenities on this side. So that's what you get when you go to Tradewinds Park North. The only thing you have is the public horseback riding and the steam train rides, and of course pony rides for kids. So basically, this is Tradewinds Park North. I thank you for watching this part of the episode. We're about to go into part 2, where we're gonna cross the street into Tradewinds Park South, and we're going to do an episode there. And if you, like I said, always click and subscribe to our YouTube channel button. If you like this episode, if you want to comment on anything you want to comment about this episode, you can comment at the bottom of this page. You can also email us roundtable00@yahoo.com. If you have any information on this park that you would like to share, or any memories of this park, you can also comment on it and email us. You can also, if you have any videos of this park that you want to share to the rest of the Roundtable Talk viewers, you can also post it on here. We would love to hear feedback from all of our YouTube followers and watchers and goers and viewers, because basically we want to know what you think about any of our episodes or any of our things. Welcome to Tradewinds Park and Stables. Hours of operation 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Park entrance fee is $150 per person on weekends and holidays only. Children 5 and under are free. So on the weekends you have to pay a park fee. Okay, that makes sense. So this is Tradewinds Park North. I'm about to cross Sample Road, which is a busy highway. busy street, main street in Fort Lauderdale, because this is Temple Road, and we're going to go to Tradewinds Park North. This is the Roundtable Talk. I will see you in a little bit.